This is 10 News Early Morning.
A hit and run that almost left a 16-year-old dead. Now the survivor speaks out for the first time. Saying goodbye to electronic devices on airplanes. After a new terrorist threat is discovered, some foreign airlines are banning electronic devices. And just a week after it happened, the body of a missing boater has been found. Good morning and welcome to 10 News Early Morning. I'm Hillary Zala. Before we get to headlines, let's get a check of weather with 10 News meteorologist Ashley Beatty. And Ashley, the weather's getting nicer, but now the allergies are getting bad.
They've been sky high for a few days now. Welcome to spring, everyone. Unfortunately, they're going to hang out with us for the next few days, but at least we get to enjoy nice temperatures with that exception. So clear skies around the area today, starting off in the 50s, but we are heading toward upper 70s, even 80s in the forecast today. We'll break down the rest of the week and talk about our next round of rain coming up in about 10 minutes.
Ashley, thank you. An emotional interview with a high school junior left for dead by a hit-and-run driver. 16-year-old Atreya Woodbury was walking to her bus stop when the driver of a pickup truck hit her from behind.
I asked them how they sleep at night. I couldn't be able to sleep if I knew I hit somebody and left them there.
It was an hour before anyone found the teen near 301 and Baum River Road in Riverview. Today, she's finally out of the hospital and speaking for the first time about her long road to recovery with 10 News reporter Bo Zimmer.
I would like to go back to school. I miss my friends.
Surrounded by family, her teddy bear, and lots of balloons, 16-year-old Atreya Woodbury is opening up following the crash that nearly took her life.
Sometimes I just try to think positive, like I'm still alive, I'm still here, but at the same time, I don't get to do what I normally.
That is so hard to listen to. Hillsborough Sheriff's investigators say they've found the Ford 250 XLT that hit her, but they're still trying to figure out who was behind the wheel. Crime Stoppers is offering a $3,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of that driver. Right now, St. Pete police need your help finding 3 men who left a man in critical condition. Take a look at the 3 men you see walking here. So the cameras don't show this, but they got into a fight. You see them right there in the middle of your screen. Officers say one of the men punched another guy in the face. He fell and hit his head on the pavement. Today, he's in critical condition. So if you recognize any of these men, call St. Pete Police. A new terrorist threat has been discovered. Now the U.S. is announcing that electronic devices will be banned for passengers flying on some foreign airlines. Chip Reed explains.
U.S. officials say all electronic devices larger than a cell phone will be temporarily banned from flights coming to the U.S. from 8 Middle Eastern and North African countries on airlines based in those countries. That means devices like laptops and iPads cannot be carried in the cabin. They will have to be checked.
A U.S. official said the ban will affect 9 airlines. Billionaire businessman and philanthropist David Rockefeller has passed away. He was the last surviving grandson of oil tycoon John Rockefeller Sr. A year ago, Rockefeller marked his 100th birthday by donating 1,000 acres of land to a national park in Maine. Rockefeller was 101 years old. The body of a missing boater has finally been found. Crews found Andrew Dillman about 3 miles off Egmont Key yesterday afternoon. Dillman and Colorado State University student Ji Liu vanished in the waters near Paso Gro last Tuesday. Dillman jumped in to help the student who was struggling to swim. Crews still haven't found Ju Li's body. It also looks like a war zone outside of Kansas City in Overland Park. You have to see this video. An apartment complex under construction went up in flames. The fire then spread to nearby houses, jumping from roof to roof, and firefighters evacuated some homes and told other neighbors to spray down their houses as a precaution. Crews say because of the construction, there was plenty of material to burn, including chemicals and even propane tanks that exploded.
The wind is certainly a big challenge, but this fire was so big that the heat exposure was the immediate problem to the south. I think as bad as the embers blowing was just the direct heat. It was close enough to this complex and that fire was large enough that it was literally just heating these structures up to the point of ignition.
3 firefighters had to be taken to the hospital, but all are expected to be okay. So far, 17 homes and the apartment complex have been damaged. Overnight, firefighters were still on the scene watching for hot spots. An explosive new report is highlighting the human cost of no-knock drug raids. 2 of the cases in the spotlight are from right here in Tampa Bay. 10 News reporter Jonathan Petramala talked with the family of one man who was killed on a raid for selling marijuana, which is now legal in some forms.
Door-busting drug raids happen across the country regularly. How often, we don't know because those records aren't kept. But a New York Times investigation released this weekend tried to quantify their cost in human life. The Times found 61 deadly SWAT raids that were initiated in the last 6 years because of drugs.
Why? Y'all have to come in here and do.
Jason Westcott, a Tampa man, was also killed in a SWAT raid in 2014. A small amount of marijuana, less than a joint, was found. His family is currently suing the Tampa Police Department. So before you feed your dog this morning, you'll want to listen up because there's a recall on Blue Buffalo products. Lots of you might have this in your home. It's the Blue Wilderness Rocky Mountain recipe, so that specific kind of Blue Mountain. There's concern it might have elevated thyroid hormones, so that can cause your dog to get extra thirsty or put on weight or have an increased heart rate and restlessness. If you have the food, you can throw it out or you can get a refund. This is one of several recent recalls for Blue Buffalo. The Super Bowl jersey mystery has finally been solved. You remember this? Tom Brady's jersey was taken after Super Bowl 51. It was so dramatic. Well, it's finally been found in Mexico. So the NFL says a member of the international media had it. The jersey vanished right after the Patriots beat the Falcons. Houston investigators say they traced the prized possession south of the border with the help of an informant and Mexican authorities, all for a jersey, mind you. This video from Fox Sports 1 appears to show the suspect going in and out of the Patriots locker room you saw there. Investigators have not yet released details on who he is, and yet another jersey, the one Brady wore in Super Bowl 49, was also found.
He had legitimate access to the event, and it wasn't as a ticket holder. It's like the Texas bravado. He came to the wrong state, you know what I'm saying?
The jerseys are now in the hands of the FBI and the NFL in Boston, undergoing a check of authenticity. If they're real, the person who had them could face federal charges. Because the case is still under investigation, no charges have been filed. Well, still to come on 10 News early morning, a tragic accident claims the life of a 4-year-old boy.